Hey there, welcome back to my kitchen. In today's video, I'm sharing with you 3 potato side dishes that are all delicious, easy to make, and decently budget friendly. So let's go ahead and get started and I'll show you how to make all 3 of these recipes. Starting off strong today, we're going to make these twice baked loaded potatoes. You will need to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. As you can see, I have a baking sheet lined with some parchment paper here with 3 washed baked potatoes. I'm just taking a fork and poking those all on every single side, that way they can vent. Then I'm just going to take some olive oil or avocado oil and cover those potatoes all over. And the last thing you need to do is just sprinkle them with salt on every side, and then these are going into a 350 degree oven for about 1 hour. And now moving over here to my stovetop, I'm going to go ahead and start cooking up some bacon. In this pan I have about 4 to 5 slices of bacon. I'm just going to go ahead and cook that all the way through, and once it's done we're going to crumble it up. Into this large bowl I did go ahead and add half of my bacon in there, 1/3 of a cup of sour cream, half a cup of shredded Monterey Jack cheese, half a cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese, and 2 tablespoons of butter. And now at this point my potatoes were done. I'm just going to go ahead and slice them all in half. Mine were still a little bit hot. I was kind of rushing to get these done, but if you want to, you can wait for them to cool down a lot more. Now just taking a spoon, I'm going to start scooping out the inside of those potatoes and adding it into the bowl with the cheese and the bacon. You do want to leave about 1/4 of an inch of the potato on all sides, including the bottom. That way they have some sturdiness to them. Once the potato is all in the bowl, then I'm going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. With all of these items, you can go ahead and just add as much as you want, give it a mix, and then taste it and see if you need to adjust them just like you would do with mashed potatoes. Now that those are smooth, I'm just going to go ahead and take the empty potato shells and start filling them with that cheesy mashed potato mixture. Over the top, I'm adding some more of that shredded cheddar cheese, and then these are going to go back in the oven for about 15 minutes until the cheese is melted. Once those come out of the oven, then you can top them with some more of the bacon and some green onions. And then here's what they should be looking like when they are all done. To go along with these, my husband grilled some steaks outside on the grill, and I made these and a nice little salad, and overall this was a great dinner. Next up, we're just going to make some roasted veggies in the oven. To begin, you will need to go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees. As you can see, I have some baby red potatoes here. This is 1 bag. I did go ahead and wash those, cut off any bad parts, and then slice them all in half. You will also need about 4 medium carrots. I'm going to wash those, peel them, and then slice them into thicker pieces just like this. I'm just adding these into a bowl so we can add some olive oil over the top. I believe I added about 2 tablespoons of oil. And then I just went ahead and mixed that up, making sure the oil was covering all the potatoes and carrots. And now to season these, I'm going to be using about a 1/4 teaspoon of rosemary, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper or to taste, and about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Last but not least, I'm also going to use some of my favorite all-purpose seasoning, about 1 teaspoon, and I will link this down below for you. Give that a really good mix together, making sure to cover those completely with the oil and seasonings, and now we're going to add those to a baking sheet. I did go ahead and spray mine down with just a little bit more cooking spray to make sure nothing is going to stick. Spread those out evenly, and then these are going into the oven to bake for about 15 to 20 minutes to start. While those are in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and slice up my zucchini. I did cut the ends off, and now I'm just going to slice those and try to keep those all about the same size. Once those are sliced, then I'm going to add them into the same bowl that we added the potatoes and carrots in. Now you can cover these with all of the same seasonings that we used before. For me, since there was some seasonings left in here, I just went ahead and added a little bit more pepper and some of that all-purpose seasoning and then mixed them up. And once your potatoes and carrots come out of the oven after that first 15 to 20 minutes, you can add those zucchinis right on there. At this point, the potatoes should be to the point where you can poke them with a fork. They will need some more time. They're not going to be perfectly cooked just yet. So this will go back into the oven for an additional 15 to 20 minutes until everything is fork tender and has some good color to it. Here's what it should be looking like when it's all done. I did just make some sweet Italian pork chops to go along with this. I think these two pair really nicely together because of the sweetness of the pork chops, and then you have a healthier side dish. I will link those pork chops down below for you, but this side dish is extremely easy, and if you're looking for a healthier side dish, then this would be a great choice. And last but not least, of course, we're going to make some homemade fries. You will need to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. To begin, I have 4 potatoes here. I did go ahead and wash those, and now I'm just peeling them. Now to cut these up, you're going to want to cut them into little sticks just like your traditional French fry. Try to keep them about 1/4 inch and all about the same size as well. They should be looking something like this. Once you have those all cut up, go ahead and add them into a nice big bowl, and you're just going to fill that up with some really cold water and let that sit for about 30 minutes. Doing this will help remove some of the starch from the French fries, which will make them turn out a lot better in the end. While those are soaking, we're going to go ahead and prepare our seasoning mixture. Into this small bowl, I'm adding 1/2 tablespoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. Once all of that is in the bowl, go ahead and give it a good mix together. After 30 minutes, you can go ahead and drain those potatoes and dry them off really well. Now I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of olive oil on top of those potatoes and giving them a really good mix to coat them on all sides. Slowly now I'm going to go ahead and start adding my seasoning mixture. I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. That way they are getting covered evenly on all sides. Now moving over here to my baking sheet, I'm just going to spray that down with a little bit more oil, that way nothing sticks. And now I'm just going to take the time to spread these all out pretty evenly, making sure nothing is touching, that way they can all get crispy in the oven. Those are going to go in the oven to bake for right around 15 minutes to start. After that first 15 minutes, then you can go ahead and just mix these all up on the baking sheet. When they go back into the oven, they don't have to be perfectly spread out, you just want to do that in the beginning step. But these will go back in the oven to bake for about 15 to 20 more minutes until the fries are cooked all the way through. Here's what they look like when they were all done. These french fries turn out crispy on the edges but still nice and soft on the inside. If you are someone that likes to have extra crispy fries, you will have to cook these just a little bit longer. But on the side there, I just put some ketchup in a little cup and we shared these for lunch one day, but these are a very easy side dish that you can make to go along with burgers or anything you want really. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did make it all the way to the end, don't forget to leave me a flower down in the comments below, and I will be seeing you back here on Sunday for a new video. Bye!